Welcome to Learnersmate. In this video we are going to discuss the Sailodbhavas as well as their significance in ancient Odisha. So, let's learn. By the middle of the 6th century CE, and especially at the beginning of the 7th century CE, the obscure political scene in Odisha had become somewhat clear. The Sailodbhavas emerged as a mighty power in Odisha's political landscape, extending their influence from the Mahandi in the north to Mahendragiri in the south. They ruled over Kongoda Mandala, which roughly encompassed the undivided districts of Ganjam and Puri. Kongodvaska, possibly on the bank of the river Salia in the Ganjam district, was the focal point of their political activities. The Ekamra Purana Kapila Sanhita, the Swarnadri Mahodaya, and Huenzan's Sivayuki all contribute significantly to the construction of the Sailodbhavas history. The Sumandala plate, the Kanasa copper plate grant, the Soru charter, the Chitkoli plates, the Khurda grant, the Tekkali charter, and the Ganjam plates are among the dynasty's inscriptional sources. Origin of the Sailodbhavas. The Sailodbhavas' origins are shrouded in mystery. According to the Sailodbhava inscriptions, during a period of anarchy in Kalinga, an aboriginal chief named Pulindasena prayed to Lord Brahma, Swayambhu, to save the country by providing it with a strong ruler. The Lord was pleased and created an able-bodied being named Sailodbhava as the dynasty's founder. Sailodbhava is a Sanskrit term that translates as born of rocks. When it comes to the origins of the Sailodbhavas, scholars believe they were either a branch of the Ganga family or a branch of the Madhya Pradesh Sala dynasty. Both of these positions appear implausible. Pulindasena may be regarded as the Pulindas chief. The Pulindas may be identified with the Kulindas of Asoka's Rock Edict 13, a tribe of the Atavika Rajya that was not conquered by Asoka. Varhamihira's Brihat Sanhita points in this direction by associating the Pulindas with the Salajas who inhabit the Kalinga rocky region. Perhaps Pulindasena aided Sailodbhava of the Salja tribe in establishing the dynasty bearing his name, and the territory ruled by its rulers was known as Kongoda Mandala. Abhya of the Sumandala plate, whose descendant was Dharmaraja, could be Sailodbhava, the dynasty's founder. The rulers of Sailodbhavas. The Dharmaraja I Ranabhita. Dharmaraja I, also known as Ranabhita, was the first known historical ruler of the Sailodbhava dynasty, according to the Sumandala charter dated Gupta era 250–570 CE. He was not an independent ruler, but rather a feudatory of Prithvi Vigraha of Kalinga, the Vigraha ruler. It is clear that by the 6th century CE, the Vigrahas had grown in strength and the Sailodbhavas recognized their suzerainty. Dharmaraja I was possibly a devotee of the sun god, as it is stated in the Sumandala charter that he devoted himself at the feet of the thousand-rayed sun, Sahasrasmi Padbhakta. The Madhavaraja I Sainyabhita. Madhavaraja succeeded Dharmaraja I on Kongoda's throne. He was a Vigraha feudatory, as revealed by the Kanasa copper plate grant of Gupta era 280–600 CE, in which he is described as a Mahasmanta under Lokavigraha. This fact is confirmed in his grandson Madhavaraja II's Ganjam grant. Thus, the two early rulers of this dynasty were not self-governing, rather, they acknowledged the Vigrahas of Kalinga's suzerainty. The Chharamparaja Ayasobhita I. With Chharamparaja Ayasobhita I, a new era in the Sailodbhavas history began. Ayasobhita I fished in that troubled water and gained independence from Vigraha rule during the struggle between the Vigrahas and Madgalas for supremacy over Tosli. According to the Erdanga charter, 555 CE, and the Soru charter, 580 CE, Mudgala king Sambhuyasa gained power over Tosli and desired to subjugate Kalinga. When he was defeated by Lokavigraha, his dream was shattered. Sambhuasa avenged the defeat in 603 AD by driving Lokavigraha from South Tosli. He was defeated immediately after asserting his power over South Tosli by Prithvi Maharaja, the king of Pistapura, effectively ending the Mughal rule over Tosli. At the beginning of the 7th century AD, Prithvi Maharaja faced an attack from the north by Shashanka of Gauda, who occupied the northern Tosli. Simultaneously, Pulkesin II established his hegemony over Pistapura. Ayasobhita I declared his independence from Kongoda at this point. He renamed his capital Vijaya Kangodvaska for the first time. According to the Khandip Nuapali grant, he was an independent ruler who received assistance from a number of officers, including Shri Samantha, Mahasamantha, Maharaja Rajnaka, Rajputra, Dandanayaka, Kumaramatya, Uparika, and Ayuktaka. The establishment of a new capital and the appointment of various officers, including feudatories, demonstrate that he was an independent and sovereign ruler. As revealed by his Nuapali grant, he was a devotee of Lord Shiva, Hara, and a patron of Shaivism. Perhaps near the end of his reign or following Madhavaraja's victory, Kongoda fell under the sway of Shashanka of Gauda. The Madhavaraja II Sainyabhita II. The Sailodbhava dynasty's lost glory was restored and firmly established by Madhavaraja II Sainyabhita II, Chharamparaja's son and successor. He ruled over Kongoda Mandala for at least 50 years under various circumstances as a feudatory and independent ruler, demonstrating his diplomatic genius. He is referred to as the Mahasmanta of Shashanka in his 620 AD Ganzarn grant. He is described as the lord of the entire Kalinga in Madhavaraja's Khurda charter. This demonstrates that around 626 CE, following Shashanka's demise, Madhavaraja II declared his independence and seized the entire Kalinga region, assuming the title Saklakalingadhipati. The Gangas, who had been driven out of Kalinga by Shashanka, gained momentum and, with the assistance of the western Chalukyas, reclaimed control of Kalinga. This fact has been established through the use of the Ganga ruler Indravarman III's Chikkole plates. At this point, Madhavaraja II deemed it prudent to recognize the Ganga's suzerainty, which has been confirmed by subsequent charters. He never refers to himself as the Lord of Kalinga following the publication of the Khurda charter. Madhavaraja became conspicuously famous as Madhavavarman as early as 628 CE, as revealed in the Buguda and Purushottampur charters. Additionally, his kingdom was dubbed Kongoda Mandala. Madhavavarman remained silent during the struggle for supremacy over South India between Harshavardhan and Pulkesin II, retaining his independent status as a buffer state. Harshavardhan conquered Kongoda following Pulkesin II's death in 642 AD, and Madhavavarman was forced to accept Harsa's suzerainty. Again, following Harshavardhan's demise in 647 CE, Madhavavarman became the autonomous sovereign of Kongoda Mandala. Nothing is known about him after his 50th regnal year, 665 AD. The manner in which Madhavaraja II dealt with the tumultuous situation surrounding Kongoda demonstrates his brilliance as an astute diplomat. He not only averted the wrath of great rulers such as Shashanka, Pulkesin II, and Harsa, but also succeeded in retaining the empire's sovereignty and strength. The Madhavaraja I Ayasobhita II. Madhavaraja was succeeded by Madhavaraja I Ayasobhita II. According to his Parikuda charter, he was a mystic with the ability to communicate with departed souls. He was so strong that he could easily run while standing on the shoulders of his soldiers. He was a patron of Brahmanism, as evidenced by the grant of a village in Katkabhukti Visaya to 12 Brahmanas in the aforementioned charter. Additionally, he performed Vedic sacrifices such as Ashwamedha and Vajpaya. He died in 695 CE after a 30-year reign of glory. The Dharmaraja II Srimanabhita. With Ayasobhita II's demise, a succession war erupted between his two sons, Dharmaraja II and Madhavaraja. Madhavaraja, Ayasobhita II's younger son, usurped the throne of Kongoda in violation of the law of primogeniture and attempted to expel Dharmaraja from the kingdom. However, in retrospect, Dharmaraja was able to defeat his younger brother, Madhavaraja, with the assistance of several powerful officers and feudatories. The latter abandoned Kongoda and formed an alliance with Tivardeva, the ruler of South Kosala, who desired to assist Madhva in extending his sway to Kongoda. However, contrary to his expectations, Dharmaraja defeated Tivardeva and Madhavaraja's combined army. Following that, Dharmaraja II solidified his authority over Kongoda. It is well known that he was a great town builder, as evidenced by his charters for Banpur, Puri, Rampur, Nivina, Chandeswara, and Kondedal. The Kama Nalinakshapura grant of Ganga King Samantavarman makes reference to a high road known as Dharmaraja Kalingamarga that was possibly built by Dharmaraja II. Dharmaraja II was a devout monarch. He was a devout follower of religion and philosophy. He conducted Vedic sacrifices and was a patron of Brahman scholars. He became well known for his religious tolerance. According to his Banpur grant, his queen Kalyandevi bestowed lands on a Jana monk named Prabodha Chandra. This demonstrates her religiosity. The decline of the Sailodbhavas. As is known from the Tekkali charter of Madhavaraja III, the dynasty's last known ruler, Dharmaraja II, was succeeded by his son Madhavaraja II. Madhavaraja II was a valiant warrior and a young ruler. Perhaps, following his demise, the Bhomkaras of Tosli drove Sailodbhavas from Kongoda around 736 CE. Allapraja, the successor to Madhavaraja, was protected by the Kalinga Gangas. As a feudatory of the Gangas, he ruled over the Tekkali region. He was succeeded by his grandson Madhavaraja III, due to the premature death of his own Talapa. After Madhavaraja II, no information about the Sailodbhavas is gathered. Whichever is true, the Sailodbhavas ruled Kongoda for nearly 200 years. Brahmanism flourished as a great religion over Kongoda during their time. The dynasty endured great upheavals at the hands of external enemies and prevailed. Finally, the Bhomakaras brought the Sailodbhava dynasty to an end. So, this is the end of this video. If you enjoyed it as much as I did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. To get the note of this video, scan the above QR code or check description to get the link. Thanks for watching. Have a beautiful day.